Hey friends, welcome back to our channel. If you're new here, I'm Angie and I enjoy sharing different projects we have going on around our home. And as you can see, spring has sprung at our house and I'm so excited. I love to come out in the yard and see all of the blooms and then all of the blooms that are about to burst open with beautiful color. And it just makes me want to get outside and work on projects. As you can see, we've got a lot of cleanup to do in the yard, but I just love it so much. And then on the side of the house, we have these huge azalea bushes that are a pink variety, and they're just covered in bloom. So I cannot wait for those to open up and just be beautiful color on that side of the house. But with seeing all these spring blooms, it just inspired me to get outside and work on our front porch. And this is such a fun project for me to get it all ready for Easter. And I just love how it turned out this year. I had to use my creativity a little bit, but this was the final product. So if you want to see how I did everything, just keep watching. Okay, today we are working on the front porch and we're going to get it looking like spring. It is still looking like winter, but it is a mess. So I kept that wreath up there for the winter months. It's time for that to come down. And then I did put these magnolia leaves out here, and I just left them where they're all brown and falling out of the planters and just need some work out here. And then the chairs need to be cleaned up. The mat needs to be cleaned up, maybe changed. I haven't figured that out yet. But we're just going to clean it up. Just a simple little refresh and get it ready for spring. The first thing I like to do when I'm working on a project, either inside or outside, is to clean everything off and start with a clean slate. And so that's what I'm doing here. I'm cleaning all of these old leaves out and just throwing them away. I had some faux pine cones that I used, and so I'll just keep those, clean them up, and just put them in my bin to use next year. But I have so enjoyed these faux topiaries. I had real topiaries one year that I really loved, but the upkeep was a little too much. And I just decided to buy these inexpensive topiaries to use up here. And I've really enjoyed using them throughout the season. These planter boxes were left by the previous owners, and I just painted them black because they were the same color as the house before, and the black just made them pop so that you could see them a little bit better from the road. And then these chairs were a Facebook Marketplace find. They were one of my favorite finds, and I just cleaned them up and spray painted them black. I have a whole video showing you that I'll link below for you, but they've held up really well and we really enjoyed them. You've probably already noticed in my outdoor projects that we have lots of leaves. We have really big trees that surround our house and they produce a ton of leaves, but we really enjoy the shade that they provide, and so we keep that in mind when we're cleaning them up, and we really don't mind it at all. And in the fall they are so beautiful. Next, I will clean up this rug and just give everything a good sweeping. Pollen season has not quite hit yet. I know that it's on the way, and I will have to get the pressure washer out on this porch when that time comes. But for right now, I'm just going to use these Lysol wipes and wipe down the chair pads. These do not get really dirty because they're on a covered porch, and they do unzip and you could really clean them really well. But for right now, I'm just going to clean them down with this wipe. And I also do this on the chairs, clean them well with these Lysol wipes. And when pollen season gets here, it really shows up on this black chair. So I know that I'll have to use soap and water and give them a good cleaning. But for right now, I'm just wiping them down with these wipes and just getting them, the dust and the dirt off of them. And then I put them back in place on the clean porch. The next thing I do is take down this wreath. I put this up at Christmas, and then I left it up through for my winter decor. I loved the green and the gold bells, but it's time to put up something that's a little bit more seasonal appropriate and get something in here that is more spring. So I'm going to give everything a good cleaning. I have told y'all about my Norwex cloths before. I absolutely love these for cleaning. You just use water and they clean your windows up, sparkling, no streaks, and I just love them so much. So it's a two-step process. You start with this Enviro cloth, you clean everything really well, and then you go back with the window cloth and just clean everything up. It leaves your windows sparkling with no streaks, and they are just the best cleaning products that I use. And I always have them in my arsenal of cleaning supplies. I also clean the outdoor lights, and they just make everything look beautiful and clean. Now it's time for the planter boxes, and I wanted to put flowers in the bottom of the planter, and so I just used these plastic containers and just stuffed them down in the bottom around the topiaries. And then I just filled them with dirt, and then I found these yellow violas, and I thought they looked so pretty with the black, and so I just planted them around the base of the planter. I had found these bunny-shaped topiaries on Amazon, and I think they are the cutest things for Easter and spring. But with that price tag of $173, I knew that I could not do that for something that I would just use for a few months. And so I decided to just make my own out of the topiaries that I already own. So using the topiaries that I already have, I'm going to make a bunny out of these topiaries. So I had this yellow and white polka dot ribbon on hand, and I thought that it worked well with the violas that I have planted in the planter. And so I just tied a simple bow around the middle of the topiary. And I did this on both topiaries. I fold my ribbons on the end and then cut them so that it makes a V shape, and this just makes my ribbons look a little bit neater and more finished. And then I found the cutest bunny ears, and I just put them right inside the topiary. There's a little hole on top, and it just slides right in there and makes the cutest bunny topiary for a fraction of the cost. I'll link everything below that I'm using on my porch for your convenience in case you want to make these cute bunny topiaries for your porch. I found this striped yellow rug at Walmart, and I think it was perfect for all of my other yellows, and I just added it right at the foot of the door. You could layer this rug, but I wanted the yellow stripes to shine, and so I just used it all by itself. And the other day while I was out thrifting, I found the most beautiful wreath. It has the yellow in it that ties in my violas and my yellow and white polka dotted ribbon, and it has the most beautiful white daisies with yellow centers. And I just love this wreath so much. I also found it on Amazon, and I'll link it below, but it is the most beautiful wreath. It's a real feel wreath with the eucalyptus stems, and it's just a beautiful wreath. And I love how it looks on this door, and I love how it ties all of my colors together on the porch. I'm so excited on how this front porch came together, and it looks so much better, and we're all ready for spring and Easter. And just to remind you of the before of the front porch and the after. Well, friends, that about wraps up this week's video. I hope that you were inspired to get your porches ready for spring. It was such a fun process to do this porch and just let my imagination run wild with the bunny topiaries. I love how they turned out. And if you haven't already, please hit that subscribe button. You can also find us on Facebook, Instagram, and our blog, Our Contented Home. I'll see you on the next one. Bye-bye.